Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again because my next amazing guest is dedicated to helping others access their innate wisdom and healing potential. She believes the body and spirit are always communicating, and true transformation begins when we learn to listen. She guides individuals to trust their intuition, release self doubt, and address the root causes of dis-ease. Her mission is to empower others to recognize that all answers and healing exist within. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Tara Kiprik. How are you doing today, Tara?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. And I just have to say, in the first just 30 seconds of talking to you, I feel completely overwhelmed in a good way with emotion and energy. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
Absolutely, likewise, and just yes, just when you first appeared on the screen when I logged in, I felt the energy, and that's I can't make that up. I mean,
I know.
you
It's
you can
like, oh,
yeah, yeah, you
you
can
can
feel
feel
energy.
it.
Energy does not lie.
It
Now
doesn't.
yeah, the energy doesn't lie. So amazing. But before I continue to speak, I would like to say that I am a firm believer that time is one of our most precious assets, and I want to say that you have decided to spend some of your time here on Enlightened Empowered Evolved with me, and I want to extend my sincerest gratitude for you doing so. Thank you for being here this present moment. Thank you.
Thank you. And my deepest appreciation for having me. I'm super
Absolutely.
excited.
Absolutely. So, yes, let's just get right into it. So, you're certified. What is this? Okay, quantum
Yeah,
healing hypnosis. Elaborate a bit on that. Let's just start there and
absolutely.
yeah. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
So, quantum healing hypnosis is a hypnosis technique that was developed by a woman named Dolores Cannon. Are you familiar with her?
No, I can't say that I
Okay.
am.
She is definitely a rabbit hole that you can dive into that will just take you on so many different experiences and journeys. So, a hypnosis technique designed to really connect you with your past lives and with your higher self.
Yes.
So, it couples past life regression with connection to your higher self to really just make, I say, a deeper connection with yourself, a deeper understanding of the life that you're living. And what they have found the most mind-blowing thing, and really the thing that drew me to it originally, was that you can heal yourself physically through
Mm,
it. Like,
yes.
because, right? And that was, I mean, the innate wisdom that we all hold is available to us through that
Right.
technique and accessing it through that. I mean, it's just the layers of that technique are just so many and so in depth. I have just found it to be so profound on so many different levels.
Absolutely. And if I might interject for just 1 second, I don't want to stop your flow, but
No, please.
I so resonate with that. And I didn't always know that, but now just knowing and being aware of that and starting to lean into that paradigm, that vibration of knowing that, even from way back, we have lost wisdom and we were always meant and had um, uh, use any word, the skill, the know-how to heal ourselves. The body knows how to heal itself, really does. That's why, and I could even get into it even more about even like placebo effects, where they've given people things and they thought that this was the cure. No, they cured themselves.
That's right. Not only that, even and just recently, it's kind of been coming into my awareness again, the idea of, when people have, I forget what they call it, dissociative identity disorder, right? And the body literally has an illness in
Right.
one personality and no illness in the next personality. Like
Wow.
I
Yes.
mean, that you need, that people need medication,
Mm,
diabetes, insulin, high blood
mhm.
pressure, like your
Right.
mind, your body is so powerful that it can literally switch in an instant.
Right.
And we are not taught any of that?
Yes. And so it's an amazing, in my perspective, I have to say it's an amazing um, thing that you're doing
Thank
to
you.
help to cultivate and nurture people into their own power. That's what I'm all about. That's why Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I'm all about self-empowerment. There's so many
Yes,
things that, and this is not to complain. This is just for context to be aware that disempower us. And I can get into it deeper too. That a lot of the disempowering is for the profit of other people. So I just have to
right.
say that, you know.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
and yeah, just for
Yeah.
us to be aware
Of
of
course.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
our
right.
lack of power is or knowing is profitable to, we can, that's a whole nother conversation. But
That is a
I
whole
know you and
rabbit
I
hole.
know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes, for
So yes,
sure.
amazing. So your quantum healer as well. Elaborate a bit on that.
Yeah, so quantum healing is so beautiful because it transcends time and space and it allows us to connect again with other parts of ourselves that we are not always in contact with, whether that's like inner child, ancestral type selves. I mean, it could be, we say inner child a lot, but it could be
Right.
like you 5 years ago, you know?
Right. Right. No, it's
It just
true. Or a
all
year
these
ago.
right, exactly,
Right.
exactly. Like the different parts of you that are, I don't like the word stuck, but I'll use
Right.
that word,
Right.
stuck in a trauma, in an emotional pattern, in something, and we access that and we discover that, talk to that, heal that, that part of us, that part of our body, that part of our energy, whatever it is, but it's there and it
Right.
has wisdom for you. And that is the most, I want to say, I don't even know what word to use, but the parts of us, there is wisdom. There is
Right.
something to learn, something to understand, and it's going to get louder and louder until you hear it. And so that's why I love guiding people back into themselves because it is all there for them to hear and understand and release.
Wow. And prior to this, us going live here, I said there's no preset questions or anything. And then I use an example. Oh, what did you do at 12 years old or whatever? But I do want to ask you this. How did you give us a little backstory on how you came to be like this, or to
Yes.
be even aware of these self-healing quantum, all that. How
Absolutely. So, oh gosh, I don't want to say it's a long story, but
Right.
there's so many layers to it,
Layers.
right?
Just give us a
So,
few
yeah, absolutely.
highlights.
Okay, highlights, highlights. So, I was working at a job that was
Okay.
not in alignment for me. It was corporate management. I was managing veterinary hospitals. It was
Mm,
super stressful, super just not what I wanted to do. And
right.
at that job, I got injured, like a small little tiny hernia.
Oh,
And I had to have surgery. And when I woke up from the surgery, it was like I could hear my soul speaking to me.
okay.
Like telling me I'm not, I haven't, and the knowing was like, I haven't been listening to that part of myself. I haven't been listening to my soul, not living in alignment with myself. And,
Right.
that like transpired all these different realizations and knowings and understandings. And I started following people on YouTube and just really like mind blowing type of awakening. I mean, that's all I can call it, an awakening to self.
That is
Um,
amazing. Let me pause. Please
yeah,
don't lose your train of thought,
yeah,
because
yeah.
oftentimes if people
It's
interject,
okay.
it in, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Please don't lose that. But
Okay.
that is amazing that when they say we're all connected, it's just amazing. And it's not surprising anymore because this has happened. It happens all the time. So it used to surprise me, but no. But that's sort of the same lines. Mine was more of emotional and mental, where I just started, something told me to look in myself. Well, I know the something, the source, God, universe, look in yourself. And I started to look in on the internet. I start searching meditations and affirmations with Louise Hay,
Yes.
Jason Stevenson, Bob Proctor, all these people, and it's amazing. And you talked about living in alignment with yourself. I was just listening to a segment by uh, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and that's
Yes.
that's her whole thing, is being in alignment, in vibration with yourself, with your higher self. And we're out of it. And then, like you made a point also, as we don't listen to ourselves, and that's where we go wrong. But go ahead. I'm just saying,
Yes.
yes,
No,
similar,
that's awesome. Yeah.
similar awakening process
Yes.
with same with me.
Oh,
But go
that's
ahead, go
awesome.
ahead.
That's
I
awesome.
apologize, Terry.
No, don't please. It leads to all different kinds of conversations. So
Right,
I'm all for it. Yeah,
right,
but it was that. I mean, it was those people, Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton,
right.
all, and you just actually one of the most, I'm gonna say one of the most profound shifts. This is such a cool little tidbit story. So my mom gave me the book Conversations with God when I was 16 years old. Have you heard of that?
And who is that by?
So that's by Neil Donald Walsh.
Neil
And
Donald Walsh. No,
it
I don't
is
know.
him channeling a conversation with God.
Okay,
It's such an awesome, there's like four books in the
I'm gonna
series,
write
but
that down.
yeah, it is such a
Give me one
profound
second. Excuse
book.
me. I'm gonna
Go for it.
disappear off camera really quick
Okay, go for it.
just to get a card.
That's
I should have
okay.
already had it here. I
That's
usually have
okay.
my notebook here, but run that title by me again.
Yeah, Conversations with God,
Conversations with God
and it's by Neil Donald Walsh.
by Neil. Yeah, because I love reading Neil Donald.
Yeah, they're amazing. So I think, I mean, he must have, I don't even know by now, 15 books, but there's
Okay,
four books in
thank
that
you.
series. Yeah. And so my mom gave me that book when I was 16 years old, and I was like, Conversations with God, please. I was like, I don't want any part of this.
Right.
But I held on to it. And I literally held on to it for 20 years. And I started to read that book when I woke up from surgery. And I was like, I don't know what possessed me. And I was like, I'm going to read that book. And it was like the words were vibrating off the page.
Mhm.
It felt like that book was written for me in that moment. And just the synchronicity started to just
Mhm.
pile. Every TV show that I put on was like, I
Saying,
was like,
giving you a
right,
message. Yep. See?
showing me like how
Right.
my life could have potentially played out and how, like, it was just unbelievable. And it
Right.
was all of that. And I feel like all those things, Esther Hicks, Bruce Lipton, all those people, right? They were just confirming to me
Mhm.
what I had known all along, but never
Absolutely.
actually honored.
Right.
Like we all have psychic gifts. We all have
We
that
do.
muscle. We just don't use it, right? It's
Yes.
some things are easier for other people, some skills or whatever. It's all there. It's
Yeah, we don't
and
get out of our own way to listen to that,
that's
so to speak. We're distracted. We're focused on more on what we don't want, or as Esther Hicks says, focus more on fighting against what we don't want, which attracts more of what we don't want.
right.
But yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
In the book that you said, A Conversation with God, just right away, the first thing that zapped in my head is another book that I read, and it's sort of a contrast to that, but it's Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
haven't read.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that
outwit
one down.
yeah, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Yeah. Hmm.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Napoleon Hill. Awesome.
That's it's just it's an amazing book. Yeah. Hmm.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah.
go ahead. Yes, I'm
Well, that's it. I mean, it's just that, right? Like it's just all within us. And
right.
I just every little bit, every time you take responsibility for your happiness,
Right.
every time you set a boundary, every time I want, say no to something that's not in alignment with you,
Right.
You are sending the message out that you are choosing yourself and you are in a not in a like selfish. I mean, I think selfishness is a good thing, but not in the way of hurting other people,
Right.
but in
Right.
a way of honoring yourself.
Self-care.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
thin line between and when you use words like that, that's all they are. They're just words and titles, but when you get down to the real meaning, no, it's not because you just reminded me, just like, okay, I'll use an example of this cup here. If I have nothing in it, and somebody else is thirsty, including myself, I can't share anything. I don't have anything in it. So you gotta fill up here.
That's
And
right.
through here is when you can be of service to others, just like what we're doing now without, our going through, what we're going through, and we're still going through it. We're always in the process of
Oh,
of
yeah.
expanding. And we're embracing that. And I didn't used to, but now I am. So now I look at life, not saying it's not difficult at times. Or I make it difficult, and I'm telling myself it is, but it's either you win or you're learning. There's everything is really for you when you gear your mind to that. And don't get me wrong, things will happen in life that'll say, "Wait a minute, I didn't ask for this." Well, some kind of way you might have, but
Right.
yeah, yeah, that's a different story
Yeah.
too. But yes, I'm
Right.
looking at everything instead of with disappointment when it doesn't go my way. Well, this is saving. What message? What lesson is this in this for me, or
That,
what message is this trying to send me? Rather than I really want. It's like no, 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 no. Just
hmm
relax, go with the flow, non-attachment. Everything is happening and unfolding perfectly, and that's just the way it is. And that's the way I go about it with finding with attracting, I'd say, guests for this podcast. There are people that decline, and I don't even give it any thought. It's just the
right.
way it is. And the same when people accept it, it's like, okay, that's meant to happen. I'm meant to engage with this person, and that's as far as it goes. There's no
Right.
wow, no, no, nothing. Just
And
yeah.
isn't that such a nicer, like,
Oh yeah,
way, right? A nicer
right,
place to be in where you're not
absolutely,
creating all this tension and like, what did I do? What did I say?
right,
It's like, okay, that's just not for me.
right. There it is. There it
It's
is.
just not for me. That's not for my best. Like, that's okay.
Yes. Yes. So I want to get into it a little bit. So when you work with people, I mean, what type of people? I mean, give us an example of like, someone that would come to you for like what? Like they're having trouble with they I mean, just
Yeah.
maybe a
Yeah.
story, a little,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people come for a deeper like a deeper understanding of who they are and
Oh,
the
okay.
life that they're living.
Right.
Um, I mean, people come to release trauma because they
Mhm.
feel stuck, to heal physically. Like, I mean, I've had some pretty I want to say amazing, but I know that it's only natural that it happens, But like, I mean,
Right.
I've had people shrink tumors. I've had people come
Mm,
off of medications. I've had people heal their bodies of chronic pain. I mean, healing their body of chronic pain is actually one of the most um, normal things that people come to
okay.
me for.
Right.
But really, like, there's just I want to say it's for anyone that's open to a
Right.
different way of being,
Of
right?
being.
Whether
Yes.
that's like living more into your purpose, whether that's creating boundaries, whether that's not repeating patterns of physical illness and disease in the body. It really there's so many,
Right.
I'd love to say like, oh yeah, this is the type of person that comes to me
Yes.
because that
Yes.
would
Yeah.
make it
No.
nice and clean and easy.
Yeah. Yes. No. But I get it. Just
Yeah. It's like
variety.
really, yeah, anybody that's, I say anyone that's like open to kind of just learning more and being, living differently too.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, yes, I forgot what we were talking. It slipped my mind of what we were kind of touching on prior to coming on here, and you said something to the effect of, "Oh, that just inspires a lot of things."
Oh, just what you were saying before about like how it's all working out for you and like the timing of things is so just appropriate. And I
Yes, yes.
literally, yeah, because so just and this is like the smallest, silliest thing, but it
No,
it
go
just
ahead.
goes to show you. So I think it was yesterday.
Hmm.
I was in the supermarket with my husband and he like picked this line to go on, right? He's like, "Oh, that kid looks bored. Like, let's go over there." And it wasn't that the kid was bored. The lady in front of us was like having trouble, her credit card wasn't working, whatever. She pulled
Right.
out her checkbook and it just became that we just ended up standing there, right? And I looked at him and I gave him a look like, come on, you picked the wrong line, right? But then another girl comes over and she reaches out in front of to pick something off of the shelf and on her arm is a cardinal tattoo. Like the
Mm.
bird, like the red
Yeah,
bird.
the cardinal.
And
Yeah.
right. And that had been, that is a very large synchronicity for me, based on QHHT. And it's like the first thing we ask people to see when we're putting them under hypnosis. So like the red cardinal is a huge synchronicity for me. And when I saw her reach her arm out in front of me and saw that tattoo, I looked at him and I laughed and I was like, oh, we're in the exact right
Right
place.
line. Yeah. And you were ready to brush that off and you didn't know. See? Yeah.
Exactly. And like you never know, the life and the universe is this intricate
Right.
woven tapestry that is forever moving and changing. And like you don't know what's sitting in line for an extra 2 minutes changed about your
Absolutely.
experience,
Absolutely. That was
you know?
in my perspective, that was just a wink at you,
Right.
that the universe is and I've heard, and I can't think of the names, but I've heard several um people that I consider like mentors of mine, and they don't know it, but I think they are
Right.
because I follow them and read their information and it resonates deeply with me. But what I was gonna say is, you know, I've heard it several times where they're saying the universe likes to play, these little games and things like that. So yeah, you'll see little signs. And just like you said, you mentioned before about like turning on the television. I had been focused on certain things and even having conversations, with my wife or friend, and then next thing you know, I turn on TV and the exact same subject that I was talking
Yeah.
about is right there. Now that can't be a coincidence if that has happened
Right.
uh, multiple times, and I know it,
Yes.
or I'm thinking
Yes.
and something is I'm allowing something to trouble me a bit, and then next thing you know, a friend sends me a message uh, elaborating on that exact topic, and it's like, no, no way. And now I don't really want to say I expect it, but yeah, I do. I just know. Now I'm like you said, people that are open. I am open
Right.
for those to look around and be aware,
Yes.
not just tunnel vision, like this is the way I think, this is the way I am, and oh, that just was a coincidence. Ah, that's nothing. No, I'll even say to myself, thank you, universe. Thank you, source. For
Yes.
things like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Definitely.
just amazing because that
Yes.
to me encourages and sends vibrations out that give me more of those things. I'm
Yes.
appreciative of what you're doing.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
Definitely.
just amazing that you saw that cardinal. Yes.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what did your husband say, if you don't mind me asking, when you saw that?
Oh, and so of course, he laughed because earlier in the day we also saw another like cardinal painting in a window
Mm,
or whatever. But
see.
he chuckled or whatever, and he pulled up his shirt because he has a cardinal
Oh,
tattoo.
see. Just like that woman did. See? Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, it was just
Absolutely
he just
amazing.
yeah. So it was he knows
Yeah.
he's
No, that
he's on the level of all of it.
yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been uh helping people in this regards with their with this
Yeah,
what you do?
so I started doing the QHHT, I guess now, oh my gosh, 4 years ago. Did I just hit that anniversary? I think
Wow,
4 years ago.
amazing.
And so like it's, grown and developed over time. So, with all within the past 4 years is what I've been just kind of getting all the information. I just feel like I just want as many people to know as possible that like you have the power. You have the power. You don't have to be whatever conditioned, living like this, the way, feeling trapped or down or whatever. Like you have everything within you.
And that's so just I can't find the words, but I'll just say that that's amazing when you come across people that their whole intentions and their whole goals and um, what have you are to empower you or to help you cultivate and steer you to your own power. Because oftentimes, I can't speak for anyone else, but oftentimes in my perspective and what I have witnessed, there's so many things out there. I'll just put it like that. I'll leave it in general that are meant to disempower you or to say, "Oh, you have to go through me to be empowered. To give me
Right.
this, or you pay me this, and I have to do it." And you
Hmm.
know, and I didn't really want to use the word pay because I believe that all of our gifts and talents are worthy of compensation. And
Sure. Yeah.
yes, it's an exchange. It's another way of exchanging energy. But what I'm saying is paying someone and you're still powerless. And
Right.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
That's what
Right.
I meant.
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
absolutely.
I do believe that we are meant to be paid for our services, especially money is an exchange of energy and yes, and time, and that's how
Hmm.
we exchange. So that's absolutely amazing what you are doing.
Oh,
While
thank
we're
you.
while we are here, can you share with us how we can find you? Are there any links that you can share audibly with us here?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So my website is cosmicqhht.com. And you can find me on all social media under Tara QHHT. So yeah, I'm pretty, it's pretty easy to connect. Um, yeah, and I'm all for like talking. If anyone has questions about anything, I'm more than happy to discuss and I've got a lot of information on like my TikTok and Instagram and everything. Just like I said, just trying to get the information out there.
And your website again is what?
Is cosmicqhht.com.
Okay, cosmicsqhht.com. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And before we conclude this segment, is there any last ideas or anything that we might not have covered or anything that you would just like to share, any encouragement, just anything? Just say
Yeah.
whatever.
I would. So first, I
Okay.
just want to share a quote
Okay.
from Dr. Richard Greer. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. Again, another awesome rabbit hole to go down. But he says that the entirety of the cosmos is folded within you, and you just have to know how to tap into it.
Wow.
So for whatever that's worth, everyone know that. Like, and I feel that in my heart when I say it.
Mm,
And I also just want to say that you can you can do anything, you can be anything. It doesn't matter. You just need to start making those changes in baby steps. And I always say like you only need to shift 1 degree, a half a degree, and you're off and running on a completely different trajectory. It might take a little while to notice it, but shifting 180 degrees overnight is very difficult and normally not very sustainable.
absolutely.
So
No,
it's right.
that's
It's just
amazing.
those
Go ahead.
small shifts. No, that's it. It's just those small shifts that really make an impact
Yes,
if you can.
I was just going to elaborate on that. Again, I'm not trying to cut you off, but it's
No, it's
like,
fine.
especially with this day and age of social media and shorts, people want things now. And I can even say for myself that I still have to remind myself to slow down, and that
Mm-hmm.
everything doesn't have to come right away. Within that process of waiting or that you think you're waiting, that's where all the golden nuggets of wisdom and everything to help you expand is. So go
Yes.
through the process like Tara mentioned and and it is a process. Anything that, and I'll put it simply, in my perspective, anything that's worth anything, it's going to take time anyways. It's going to take time. And that includes personal development, self-empowerment. It takes time, or just mindset shifts and, success. True sustainable success takes time. And it's one layer at a time. And you might be seeing it as going slow, but no, no. It's you just always know that you're right where you're supposed to be. You're right on time, especially if you're moving in that right direction and you end up connecting with an amazing person like Tara, and she's helping you. You're moving in the right direction. So there
That's
you
right.
go.
Aw,
There you
thank
go.
you.
All right. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate you very much. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
and hopefully in the future we can have another conversation. I'd be thrilled and honored to have you again. And thank you
I would
everyone
love
for,
that.
yes, absolutely. You're welcome. And thank you. And thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for listening and or watching. Be sure to hit the like button, leave comments, whatever you would like to say, and be sure to look in the description of this segment and check out Tara's website. And also check out the Enlightened Empowered Evolved website at 333empower.com. Thank you very much. See you soon. Enlightened Empowered Evolved. Love you.